are driving in a 1965 Ford Mustang. Actually, it's not just any 1965 Ford Mustang. This is serial number 1. This is essentially where the whole pony car craze starts. This car was one of 180 Mustangs that were built as pre-production cars. Practice cars, if you will, that gave the line workers and the supervisors a chance to familiarize themselves with the Mustang's build. These cars were built in February and March of 1964 and then sent out to Ford dealers really across the US and Canada. Ford was eager to make sure that every major dealer had one car on view in the showroom in time for Mustang's official launch day, April 17th, 1964. So logically, the first cars built went to the farthest dealerships. That's how serial number 1 ended up in St. John's, Newfoundland of all places, about 2,000 miles from Dearborn. And there on April 14th, 1964, 3 days before the official Mustang launch day of April 17th, a young pilot by the name of Stanley Tucker convinced the dealers to sell the car to him. Now, this car never should have been sold, being a pre-production car. It just wasn't fit for public sale, but clearly Captain Tucker was a persuasive fellow, and he got his hands on the car, and he loved it. He drove it for about 2 years. In that time, wasn't too long before Ford Motor Company came back to Tucker trying to get the car back. Mustang was such a sensational seller, selling 680,000 cars in the first year and a half. They realized how important the car was, so they tried to get it back from Tucker. They negotiated back and forth. For understandable reasons, the captain was a little reluctant to give up the car. Eventually, they agreed to a trade. They brought Captain Tucker down to Dearborn in March of 1966 and gave him the 1,000,000th Mustang in exchange for serial number 1. So he did all right. In fact, they let him option the car however he wanted, and the story goes that they gave him the option sheet, and rather than checking specific things, he just put a big X on the whole sheet. I want everything, fully loaded. But this car then, of course, went back into Ford's hands, and they in turn donated it to us in early 1966. So we have had the car for all but 2 years of its life, but it's been recognized as an important vehicle. When Mustang came on the scene, there was nothing else like it. It is a car that was fun to drive, and I think at the heart of it, that's the secret of the Mustang's appeal. But it's also just a cool looking car. I mean, you look at the front end, there's a little Ferrari in there, and yet it's not terribly expensive. In fact, their goal was to keep the price right around $2,500. The Mustang is today, of course, not just a car, it's an American automotive icon. I mean, I think you could argue that it and Corvette, between the two of them, they probably best represent American motoring, not only here in the US, but around the world. The Mustang is all about fun, and it's as fun to drive today as it was 54 years ago.